Mina was walking back from the grocery store, her hands full of bags. The straps dug into her fingers, leaving red marks, and one bag kept slipping down. Seeing this, the person walking with her reached out and said, "Here, let me carry one for you." Mina replied instantly, like a reflex, "No need. I can carry it myself." And she was right. She really could carry it herself. But our story today isn't about whether she could do it or not. It lies in this question: why does bearing the weight alone make her feel more comfortable than letting someone else help? That bag is actually just an example. In real life, girls like Mina are carrying so many other things by themselves, handling messy workloads on their own, remembering every appointment on their own, taking care of the people around them on their own, cleaning up the aftermath on their own, reminding themselves to stay calm when sad, and telling themselves, "I'm fine." Every now and then, someone observant might ask, "Do you need any help?" But the familiar answer that blurts out is always, "It's okay." Even though it is clearly not okay. The funny thing is, Mina is incredibly good at helping others. When friends move, she is there. When colleagues are overwhelmed, she takes on extra work. When relatives are tired, she always knows exactly what to do. But when someone cooks her a meal, she can't sit still and enjoy it. She will stand up to clear the table, ask if the dishes need washing, and start calculating in her head what she must do next time to repay this favor. She doesn't accept a meal. She turns it into a debt. There are people who are very good at loving others, but whenever that love is directed back at them, they don't know how to accept it. We can call this phenomenon the heavy bag rule. You know, when you've carried something for long enough, it gradually becomes familiar. Even though it makes you tired, at least it is in your hands. You know its weight clearly. You know how to brace yourself to hold it. When someone reaches out to help carry it, what makes you anxious and uneasy isn't actually the bag. It's the fact that a part of the weight of your life is now resting in someone else's hands. But why does "I can do it myself" become such a hard reflex to break? Perhaps because there were times when Mina realized she couldn't rely on anyone. If she didn't remember, no one would. If she didn't prepare in advance, everything would fall apart. If she complained about being tired, people would just tell her to try a little harder. So she learned a lesson. It's best to do it yourself. At first, that shell helped her stay strong through tough days. But later on, it silently turned into an unwritten law in her head: do not need anyone. Independence is a strength, but if you no longer allow yourself to choose anything else, that strength will start to feel like a cage. When refusing, Mina isn't simply afraid to be a bother. She is afraid of many other things. Afraid that people won't do it the way she wants. Afraid they will be disappointed in her. Afraid of losing control. Afraid they will keep bringing it up later. Or afraid that the help will come with strings attached. When doing everything herself, she knows exactly what will happen. But when accepting help, she is forced to trust. And for some people, trusting others is even harder than bearing the exhaustion themselves. And here is the deepest part. Sometimes, care in the past came with an invoice. Some people have received help, but it was along the lines of, "Look at how much I've done for you. After all I've sacrificed." Or, "I helped you. Now you have to do this and that." So kindness no longer feels like a gift. It feels like a folded-up invoice, and you never know when someone will suddenly pull it out to settle the score. Later on, even if someone genuinely wants to help, Mina still feels tense. Not because she doesn't need it, but because subconsciously, she is still holding her breath, waiting to see what the price to pay behind it is. Some people don't reject care because they are too strong. They reject it because they are too used to kindness always coming with conditions. Then there will be days when Mina is tired, feels a pang of sadness, and wonders, why does no one care about me? But the truth is, others have checked on her. It's just that she always answered, "I'm fine." They have reached out their hands. It's just that she always pulled the bag toward herself. Over time, people start believing what she says. They think she truly doesn't need anyone. Because not everyone in the world is observant enough to see through the exhaustion behind the phrase, "I'm okay." It's a heartbreaking paradox. You can feel lonely because no one helps you, while you yourself have spent years teaching everyone not to help. When Mina always plays the role of the caregiver, she knows very well what the other person likes, knows when they are tired, knows how to make them happy, and knows exactly what they need to hear most. But conversely, the other person has no idea what Mina needs. That's not necessarily because they are thoughtless, but because Mina has never put her needs in a place where others could see them. When you only show others your useful side, they might need you a lot, but they still don't truly know you. Mina always thinks accepting help is handing a burden to someone else, but let's try flipping the issue around. Sometimes, rejecting all help is also a way of slamming the door on them. When someone wants to help you carry your bag, it doesn't necessarily mean they are judging you as weak. Maybe they just want to walk beside you in the most helpful way possible. Accepting healthy help doesn't make Mina any smaller. It is simply her giving others a place in her life. So today I'm not going to give you any grand lesson. I just want to suggest a single, small experiment. Don't say no need too quickly. In the coming week, when someone trustworthy offers to help you with a small task, whether it's carrying something, opening a door, buying you a drink, cooking a meal, listening to your stories, or handling a part of your work, just pause for a beat. If that offer is safe and sincere, try saying, "Thank you, I'd appreciate that," and then just leave it at that. Just try standing there and feeling what it actually feels like for your shoulders to be a little lighter. Back to the story of the bag at the beginning. In the end, Mina is still walking down that path. The person next to her reaches out once again. This time, she looks down at the red marks on her fingers. She doesn't give them everything. She just gently hands over one bag. Then both continue walking. Mina is still walking on her own 2 feet. She still knows her own capabilities very well and knows that she is entirely capable of carrying the load. It's just that this time, she understands she doesn't need to prove it by insisting on taking the heaviest part. There are times when growing up isn't about learning to do more things on your own, but realizing I don't have to carry everything by myself, just to prove that I am strong enough.